Hey guys, so Jamilla here. So if you haven't already, please check out my wife's vlog where she discussed what made her propose and why she wanted to get married to me. And I actually wasn't around when she recorded that. She came into our media room and recorded that herself. So I kind of watched it. Well, I did watch it with everyone else. So that was really fun, especially as we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. So now it's my turn to talk about why I said yes to her proposal. So she ran down the years, so I'll run them down really quick for you. We met in 2011, dated on and off in 2012, got serious in 2013, September of 2013, and she proposed June for her 30th birthday, June 2014. So I did not see this coming. I had absolutely no idea that she was going to propose to me at her birthday dinner. So to set the scene for you guys, she's already said that I'm a little chatty. She's worried this is going to be 20 minutes. I'll try to run this as quick as possible because I know I like to talk. You know, we get a little bit on this couch. We want to talk a little bit. That's how we do. Anyway, so all right, so 2014. So I had actually just started a new job that year. See, this is how stuff get long because I want to give you all the background details. Anyway, so I was planning her 30th birthday. This was already, for me, felt like a huge task. This was probably one of my first big events. Now I like planning big events, as long as I have a nice budget to go along with it. But planning in Atlanta, when you have a dinner of maybe more than 12 people, they're going to want money down. So I was just having this big ordeal trying to find the perfect place for us to have a dinner with all of her closest friends. I was also, what she neglected to mention, was planning my first, and this would have been maybe her second or third, maybe her first cruise, a cruise to go to the Bahamas. This is maybe her second or third time going to the Bahamas. So I was getting with all of her friends, trying to figure out flights, trying to figure out this and that. And so maybe I just wasn't really, like, I don't want to say paying attention, but I was just really knee deep into the planning. Because when I plan, I like to think of every single possible thing that could happen. I just like to be very detailed. So I decided, so what ended up happening is her best friend and a friend who we were all working together at the same job, he actually had a friend that worked at Ray's in the city. So that ended up being perfect because we were able to get there, get a private room to set the scene even further. So that ended up going without a hitch. Was super happy about that. So come to the day of, she's like asking a lot of questions. I'm like, be quiet. To this day, she's not good at accepting surprises. Homegirl says she likes surprises, but she will ask you 1,000,005 questions to figure it out. So finally, we're in the car. We're driving downtown. And if you guys know where Ray's in the city is, we park, and you have to park kind of like around the corner. So we're walking around the corner, and this is again supposed to be a surprise. Maybe I had invited maybe 16, 20 people. So a lot of people knew about it. But to my knowledge, I didn't know anyone was telling her anything. And we go around the corner and we see two of her friends walking down the street. She's like, what are my two friends doing? I said, I don't know who they are. Because at this point, I don't know who you are. If you showed up late to this surprise, but you know what? This was 5 years ago. This was more than 5 years ago. It's like 6, 7 years ago. If you showed up to this event rather, behind, late, delayed, I don't know who you are at this point. And if anyone knows me, I get real Mariah Carey. I don't know her. And that's exactly what she asked. She said, those are my two friends. I don't know them. I don't know what you mean. She said, well, it's pretty coincidence that, we're down here and they're down. Atlanta's small. What can I say? And we're lesbians. Like, we're all going to be around each other. Anyway, so we get in there and we're all having a good time. We have lobster, we have steak, which is our favorite things to eat. The drinks are flowing, it's champagne. We're just having a good time. And I know she's gonna touch tipsy, which I'm used to. It's my wife. It's her birthday. Well, at the time, it wasn't my wife. It's my girlfriend. Oh, I haven't said that in a long time. It's my girlfriend. And, it's just kind of like what she does. And she keeps getting up and making these speeches, and I'm like, what? Okay, I know she's excited. I know she was surprised and all that, but okay. And then she finally gets up and she calls me up, and I'm a Leo, but I don't like a whole lot of attention. Like, I like you to know that I did some things, but I don't like to be like put out on the spot. I don't know. So she's like calling me up there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna have to pull her drunk self down out from the front of this room? And she starts saying how much she loves me, and then she pulls out this box, and like she said, she drops the box. Then she pulls out this ring, and she drops the ring, and she proposes, and I'm just like shocked. Like I am shocked. And of course I say yes. And then that flows into immediately. And I don't know if we've ever done a story time, maybe some of the arguments that we had, but immediately it was a discussion, okay, well, when do you get pregnant? And I was like, I want to buy a house first. And she was like, I want to get married first. So if you guys want to get that story, let us know. Again, it's still Vlogmas. So that was the story of our proposal. Why did I say yes? And I want to circle back because someone did say, how did you feel about the ring? What was funny is that she did show me the ring one time. So I guess I think I just had a lot going on. I was at a new job and I was planning her birthday. So I don't think it was like on my radar that she's going to propose soon. And then how Sequina is, she likes to talk about things that even could happen 30 years from now. 10 years from now. So she'll say, well, what do you think we're going to do when the girls go off to college? You know, she just likes to talk about things. So it really just still wasn't on my radar because she showed me a picture of the ring and I was like, I don't like that ring. And she had already purchased it. And while I absolutely love the ring, I never had an idea. I had looked at rings and everything. Now the ring to me is just, it's beautiful because my wife bought it. I know my mom helped pick her out and it's so beautiful. Will I be looking for an upgrade soon? Absolutely. But is it very special to me? Absolutely. So why did I say yes? I told you guys before that the reason I knew that she was the one is because I had a vision, like Raven Simone, that's so Raven, and I saw us on a porch and we were older and we were watching our grandchildren in the front yard, and that was before we were even in a committed relationship, and it scared me, and I didn't even tell her about the vision until years later. So you guys who have been rocking with us, you've heard this story a million times. So that was one thing, and for me, immediately after she proposed, I was worried that it was too soon. I will say that because we were not even a year removed from her asking me officially to be her girlfriend. And this was someone who, at this point, we had spent more time on and off and her kind of like playing the field versus like us being in a committed relationship. So I remember having the discussion with my mom, and my mom has just always just been super supportive, because bottom line, it was just like, even if I feel like this may be like a touch too soon to be engaged, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Period, point blank. And if this is the person that I feel in my heart that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, then the timing doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we have our whole lives. And how did I come across that? No, I just felt different with her, and I won't even act like I played the field and dated a whole bunch of people. I was in a 5-year relationship from like 16 to 21, and I met her at 22, like at a fresh 22. So 21, and then I turned 22 in August. I meet her in November of turning 22. So with her, I think it just, if I describe the feeling, and this is gonna get super like, ugh. But if you could feel like how stars are like a ball of gas, like a gas doesn't even sound right, but like that like tingly feeling like all over your body, that's what I would get. Like literally, it felt like my body was like vibrating all the time. This is like getting a touch, like this is either getting a little pornographic or it's getting like a little gushy. Anyway, so that's just how she made me feel. And I just felt that I had found like my bookend. I had found like my other half. I had found someone who, if we had gone through so much and misunderstood each other in the beginning, we absolutely grew into each other and grew to understanding one another. This wasn't like we met each other and we immediately clicked. We met each other and immediately liked each other and we were immediately stuck like glue, but it didn't work. So it took us a long time to work on ourselves to come together and work. And when it worked, it just worked well. And it was just a feeling, and it's something that you pray on too. Like, it's like, I get this person gets me, and I pray that we will always grow and continue to get one another and understand one another and respect one another. Because it's not easy. Every day isn't easy, and we are different people today than we were when we got married, than we were when we got engaged, than we were when we dated, and when we met each other. So you just pray that through the changes and the challenges and the growth and the maturity that you face, that you guys still like each other and you still love each other and you respect one another. And that, I think that's the biggest thing people miss about marriage. They get into the wedding, they get into the cute pictures, but what they forget about is like, okay, like I just can't, oh, this makes me emotional, but just being in the hospital, who's gonna change your depend? Who is gonna change you and wipe you when you're like crying and when you're upset, and like if work is not going well, and who do you come home and who are you gonna talk to? Who do you like lay your burdens down? Like, okay, they say like, okay, that's their cross to carry, that's their burden to carry, whatever. Like, who carries it with you is the question. And so for me, it's always been about partnership. And I wish it was like, I wish I had like a sexier answer than that, but it's the truth. So I knew that I had met someone that I just wanted to deal with life's bullshit with, and someone who I could procreate with, because that's very important too. Like, who do you want to be a mom with? Who do you want to build a family with? Who do you want to handle money with? So all of that for me was just answered. And I think year after year, we've had some really, really great moments, but we've also had some really challenging moments. And it's always good to highlight the great moments and say, oh, look, they're so awesome, they're so good. But I mean, if you look at our like birthing stories, I mean, everything we went through with Harper, it was a challenge. Purchasing homes have always been challenges. It's not easy, but at the end, it's so rewarding. Is the long answer. So that's how I knew we were supposed to be. No, yeah, so that's how I knew. It's just a feeling that I got, that I prayed on, and that I worked on. So many of us are blessed, but you know, you do the work too. So I hope you guys like this story. I hope it makes sense. I hope I didn't go off on a tangent like I do. And to my wife, Sequina, I love you, and I love the little life we built with each other. Alright guys, so hope you guys like the story. If you guys want to hear any other stories, let me know. And my momager has reminded me that I need to say, if you guys like us, please subscribe, like, share, comment, continue to hang out with us. We're having a great time doing Vlogmas, and we're going to continue, you know, busting out these videos for y'all, even though that we have a newborn and I haven't been sleeping and my house needs to be cleaned and I got a toddler. Love y'all, and talk to y'all soon. Bye.